Hi everyone, this is Johnny here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'll actually be reviewing the A6X wireless earbud, which I've actually been testing for the past 1 month. Just to actually find out, the usability and of course, whether is it, would I actually recommend to people to actually get this, right? So of course, for those of you who is actually, the very first time you're actually coming into my channel, I mean, it would be, out of this world if you could actually smash the like button and of course, subscribe to my channel, so that you can actually get more updates on my latest content. And just since we're actually on subscribe, and subscription, this kind of thing, I actually realized that, a lot of people are actually watching my videos, a lot of you are actually watching my videos, but I think about 95% of you are actually not subscribing. So I mean, it doesn't take a long time. It's just 1 second to subscribe and that's it. You will get more content and notification for what I'm going to do. Alright, so let's get onto it, the real thing. So now in this video, I'll actually be doing my own personal take and review on the A6X. Just for your information, I actually bought this pair of earbuds from Shopee Singapore for less than $10. I remember it was about $9.90, yeah, somewhere around there. And till date, it has actually sold more than 500 sets and it had actually quite a very decent rating of about 4.4, about 4.7 star out of 5. But of course, I would really want to give my take on, are they really good, at this price point? Are there any issues? How about the sound? How about the design, the performance? I mean, stay tuned because I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on all this right now. Okay, so for the record, I just want to let everyone know, who's watching my review and my video that this video is actually not sponsored in any way. I actually purchased this earbud from my own pocket, alright, my own money, okay. Now, I've actually been using this earbud for around a month, right, and I've been using it as my daily for the past 1 month, right. So, but of course, before we continue, for those of you who actually missed my unboxing video, my previous video was actually unboxing this item. I mean, I'm going to be including the link below here in the description. So go ahead, click on the link. First off, I'm going to be starting off with the general build and quality of this item. Alright, so my very first impression is that, the box here is very simple. I mean, it's better than most ultra budget earbuds which have actually been unboxed over the past couple months, but it's pretty simple. I mean, when you pull it out, that's all you get, okay, very simple. And then the menu, additional ear tips of different sizing, and then it comes with the very short micro USB charging cable. That's about it, okay. So it's very simple, very nice. And even you see the charging case itself, right? The earbud case is very, very simple. As you can see, this is the top, the bottom, the side, and even inside. You can see here, right? It's very plain, it's very simple. And what I like most about it is that, there are no logos at all, right? You realize when I was showing you, there's no logo at all. Even underneath the cap, there's no logo at all, which is what I really like. For those of you who really, hate brands whereby, certain brands that they slap their, their brand names all over the product. This is the one. I think this is so far the third or the fourth, whereby there's totally no branding at all. There's no brand at all, no brand name. It's just, plain simple, and of course the construction of the casing, as you can see from here, it's really rigid. It's really rigid. I'm like squeezing it with in my palm. It's very well built. Alright. Okay. And okay, besides that, alright, if you take it at the earbud. Alright, so as you can see from here, Alright, from the design, you can, I'm not too sure you can see it very well. I'm going to put it up close and together with the casing here. Okay, you can actually see that, yeah, okay, that there's a consistency in the design. You see, like, I'm not too sure you can see very clearly, but if I can tilt it up to my ring light here, you can see that, you know, there's, like, in the middle is a bit shiny. Yeah, alright, so that's something that I like, whereby there's a consistency in terms of, you know, the design. You know, it's from the casing and then it continues onto the earbud. No, I think this is the very first time I see such a consistency in terms of the design. All right. Now, another thing I like about the design of the earbuds is that, you know, they are actually IPX5 rating, which means to say, you know, I mean, if this earbuds, you know, they have some dust, have some dirt, not to worry, you can just wash it under running tap. It will be perfectly fine. Okay, so don't worry about that. All right, I mean, I've been wearing it as, you know, to go for jogging and this kind of stuff, and I do sweat a lot. Just to let you all know, I do sweat a lot. I mean, you can check out the other playlist, which has all my, you know, my workout videos. You can see that I actually do sweat a lot. Don't need to worry. All right, and in terms of comfort and fit, they're quite comfortable. I mean, I also wear them for my work when I'm on Zoom calls, you know, or when I'm on Skype call. It's perfectly fine. I can wear it for about, you know, 2 to 3 hours for calls. I mean, it's no issues. All right, it's pretty comfortable, you know, and I think it's also very comfortable because it's very lightweight. It's really very lightweight. I think the manufacturer says that, I mean, the seller says that it's about like 4 grams or 3 grams. I don't have a weighing machine to actually weigh it out, but it does feel very featherweight. You know, it's very light. You know, almost weightless when I'm putting it in. All right, and other than that, I think what you need to take note of is that there's no built-in app. All right, there's no dedicated app, which means to say you won't be able to do a lot of customization. You know, such as the controls, you can't customize it further to your own usage, and other than that, it doesn't have a built-in, I mean, in terms of touch control, there's no built-in feature for you to actually like swipe up or swipe down, you know, to actually control the audio. You would actually need to do it from your own music app or from the YouTube, you know, or from your mobile phone or from your PC, okay, to control the audio volume. Okay, other than that, I mean, in terms of physical, there's no built-in noise cancellation, right? So it actually works on passive noise cancellation because it's actually in ear. So, and it has actually rubber ear tips. So when you put it into your ear, it will actually block out some of the noise around you. But that's all you will get. I mean, don't expect it to be at those Sonys or Jabras, alright? Okay, so besides that, I'm going to move on to the next one, is actually talking about the battery life. Alright, so after using it for 1 month, I realized that the battery, alright, in both the earbuds and in the charging case, they start to so-called break in, alright? Whereby they start to show more consistency, you know, in terms of the battery life. So after using it for 1 month, I get close to about 4 hours per charge on the earbud, listening to music, and that's at about 30%, 20 to 30%. I'll come to that a little bit later when I talk about music, alright? So I get about 4 hours per charge on both earbuds at 30% or 20% volume when listening to music. Phone calls is about 4 hours. I'll come to that also a little bit later, alright? And when it comes to like Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams, Discord, I get about 3 to 4 hours, right? And that is actually at maximum volume, and it's actually not just listening, I'm actually talking as well. You know, it's more for, you know, interviews and, you know, meetings, yeah. And in terms of the charging case, I can get up to 3 charges on both, so it gives a maximum of about 12 hours. Yeah, 3 charges, 4 hours, okay, about 12 hours in total usage. And the good thing is that you can actually charge the earbud independently, so it can actually give you up to 6 charges in total if you're going to charge them independently. Alright, And in terms of charging the earbuds from 0 to 100, it takes only about 30 minutes or less than that. Yeah. Charging the charging case, okay, the battery case, right, from 0 to 100, it takes longer, about 1.5 hours to 2 hours. So basically, I mean, you can just plug it in, you know, the micro USB, just plug it in, and then you can just walk away. You're gonna watch a couple, you can go and watch like 1 or 2 episodes of Netflix, and then it will be done. All right. Next, I'll be talking about connectivity. So, I mean, in terms of setup, whether it's on Android phone or an iPhone, it's very simple. The moment you take out the earbud, whether is it the left side or the right side, you know, immediately you see A6X pop up, you know, on the Bluetooth devices page, you know, and you just click on it. Once it's connected, it's paired, there you go, you know, I mean, the steps is effortless, you know, it's very simple on both Android and iOS, all right, on iPhone. I've tested on it, simple. The good thing when it comes to that is that, like, if you didn't catch, as I mentioned earlier, you can actually pick up either the left bud or the right bud to pair with your phone. So that's the good part. I mean, in terms of connectivity, there is no default master or slave, right? I mean, for some earbuds, the default master is the right side or the default master is the left side. So which means that whenever you want to initiate the pairing via Bluetooth, you have to start with that particular earbud first. That means you have to really take out the right side first, or you have to take out the left side first, and then you pull up by that one. But for the A6X, no such thing. And I think that makes it very easy for a lot of people. Like for me as well, I find it's very easy, you know, I can just, whichever, according to my own preference, I can pick left or right, and then you just connect with my phone. I mean, on my laptop or my PC, it's that simple, right? It's pretty, I mean, this is something which I personally find that, you know, even with very expensive earbuds, like right now, I have the Jabra, it's such simple things, but you know, the premium earbuds or the premium brands, they can't seem to have this kind of feature. I'm not too sure why. Like, shout out to Jabras and, you know, iPhones or Apple or Sony. It's like, hey, I think this is something very simple. You can input it inside, you know. I mean, this is 2021, hello, right? Okay, so besides that, in terms of connection, when you're doing your phone calls or your music, whether it's on your phone or on your PC or laptop, I have no issues with the connectivity, you know, and switching back and forth has no issues. All right, so I mean, that's very important. Okay, now moving on, I'd like to talk a little bit about the touch controls. I mean, for me, the touch control on the earbuds, which is this part, okay, it's way too sensitive. I mean, there were many moments, let me just show you, whereby I popped the earbuds in, okay, yeah, and I was like just trying to like adjust the position of the earbuds, and then, you know, like, oh, for example, I was just like wearing the earbuds for like jogging and this kind of stuff, and I just want to do some slight adjustment, you know, for better fit and comfort. You know, just the tip of my finger just brushing across the surface would pause or play or skip my music, you know. It's very irritating at times, you know, but other than that, it's really, you know, it's all good. It's just that the touch sensitive are way too sensitive. You know, the touch control is way too sensitive. I mean, that's something for some of you to actually consider if you are very concerned about touch controls and this kind of stuff. All right. Next, I'll move on to what I was talking about, which is music quality. And this is actually linked to my previous point where I was talking about audio level. Now, the A6X, I mean, I think these are the very first pair of wireless earbud whereby the audio level was really loud at only 20 or 30%. I mean, even at 10%, it was really loud. I mean, like, when I set it to 10%, it's like I was at 30. When I set it to 20, it was like at what, 50. When I set it to 30, it's like at 60 or 70%. It was like really loud. So I mean, for those of you who really like to crank up your music to really loud level, this is the one for you. This is really the one for you. I will call this the loud monster. Like, it's so small, okay? It's so small, but it can really pump out the audio level for your music. I mean, if you like hard thumping music, I mean, this is the one to go for. You like, you know, this kind of stuff, okay? And the surprising thing is that it's so small, but you know, the drivers are able to actually still maintain the quality of the music. I mean, for me, I'm not an audiophile, you know, I'm not really all that crazy into the quality, you know, when you listen to this genre, no, I'm a typical you, I'm a typical me, I'm a typical person. You know, I'm not very particular about music and, you know, the nitty-gritty notes, because no, I mean, I'm not a musician, okay, but yeah, the music, overall quality, it doesn't crack even at maximum volume. I mean, the maximum volume is really loud. I mean, I have to like, okay, that's too loud, I have to crank it back, you know, to like 30-20% most of the time, okay? That's on music quality. When it comes to audio quality for like games and calls, I mean, it's stereo, you know, but don't expect, you know, Spatian audio, sorry, that's only with Apple, iPhone and, you know, AirPods, you know, Spatian audio, okay? I mean, this is stereo 2.0 left and right channel, which is good enough. The mic quality is very basic, but I want to put a special note over here is that if you're using this pair of earbuds for like your Zoom calls indoor, the thing is Zoom calls indoor, it's okay. Phone calls, not so good. Okay, phone calls, whether it's indoor or outdoor, it's very, very bad. Okay, I'm not too sure why. Okay, maybe it's due to Singapore over here. But the rest of it, like for Zoom, Skype, indoor, perfectly fine. When I'm outdoor, the person on the other line, they cannot hear me at all. They were like picking up all the noise and more the ambient sound. All right. So call quality is pretty bad. Okay. That's something to take note. I mean, if you're someone who wants this to be multi-purpose and not just for games and music, okay, you will also want to use this for working at home. This is something to take note, okay, or you want to pick up phone calls with this. So what's my final verdict? Let's look at the pros. Decent battery life. You get 4 hours maximum per usage, and then a total of 12 hours, you know, including 3 charges for, yeah, I mean, okay, very decent music quality, you know, audio quality for music, for gameplay, very, I mean, decent, right? Stereo 2.0. For Skype, Zoom call is okay, but for phone calls, not that really. I mean, that's my own personal experience. I mean, for those of you who actually also own the same pair of, you know, A6X wireless earbud, do comment in the comment section below. Let me know, you know, how's your experience so far. Okay, for mine, it's phone calls not so good, right? The other side, really loud. I mean, this is one of the main thing for those of you. Okay, very loud audio level, you know, very loud volume. Even at when you set it at only like 20%, 30%, the audio level goes very loud, which is very good. Okay, for those of you. Besides that, I mean, the touch sensitive, the touch controls, they're a bit too sensitive. Yeah, other than that, who would I recommend this to? I would recommend this to almost anyone, you know, except, not actually except, especially those of you who really like loud music, go for this. Alright, I mean, it's inexpensive, it's only like 10 Singapore dollars. And then, you know, and if you have vouchers and this kind of stuff, apply to get even lower. Yeah, okay. So for me, it's worth it. I've been using it for past 1 month. All right. So thanks for watching this review. I mean, I hope that it actually helped you. And of course, if you feel that it did, you know, it would be great if you could actually smash the thumbs up button. And of course, subscribe to my channel so that you can actually get the latest notification on my upcoming content. Other than that, that's all we have, guys. My name is Johnny, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.